In related news, the United Nations Security Council has postponed a vote in a bid to get Washington's support on a resolution that seeks to scale up aid deliveries through the Gaza Strip after the World Food Program says that half the population is suffering from a severe lack of resources.
For all those who have suffered in Israel, in Gaza, in the West Bank, and around the globe, let us work in good faith to end this cycle of violence and sow the seeds for a lasting peace.
Originally planned for Monday, the vote has been repeatedly postponed as diplomats seek to compromise language that the United States can accept, with heightened calls for a ceasefire and a decisive increase in aid coming as the death toll in the Gaza Strip reaches 20,000. The United Arab Emirates, acting as the Arab representative in the 15-nation council, drafted the resolution and is leading the negotiations. The draft resolution demands that the parties to the conflict allow, facilitate, and enable the immediate, safe and unhindered delivery of humanitarian assistance at scale directly to the Palestinian civilian population throughout the Gaza Strip by the most direct routes. Although the most contentious part of the resolution includes a stipulation which calls for an urgent suspension of hostilities to allow safe and unhindered aid access, which they soon hope could lead to a total cessation of hostilities between parties. The text, if adopted, also would authorize a UN monitoring mechanism to confirm the humanitarian nature of aid shipments into Gaza through multiple entry points. At a news conference at the U.S. State Department, Secretary Antony Blinken said the United States has been at the forefront of efforts to get more humanitarian assistance to civilians in Gaza.
We're engaged, as I said, in very good faith with other countries. We've been working this intensely. I've been on the phones about this for the last couple of days. Linda Thomas Greenfield, of course, in New York, has been leading our efforts. So I hope we can get to a good place.
Israeli officials have sent mixed messages on what they are willing to consider. President Isaac Herzog told a gathering of international diplomats that Israel is prepared to enter into a further humanitarian pause in return for the release of its hostages. But Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu repeated his stance Wednesday that the war would end only with Hamas eradicated.
The fact that Israel is ready for another humanitarian pause and additional humanitarian aid in order to enable the release of hostages. And the responsibility lies fully with Sinwar and the leadership of Hamas.
מי שחושב שנעצור, פשוט לא מחובר למציאות. לא נפסיק את הלחימה עד להשגת כל המטרות שהצבנו. חיסול החמאס, שחרור חטופינו, והסרת האיום מעזה. כל מחבלי החמאס, מהראשון עד האחרון, הם בני מוות. יש להם רק שתי אפשרויות, להיכנע או למות.